Every year, thousands of lives could be saved if people recognize the early signs of a heart attack. Are you aware of the subtle warnings your body might be giving you right now? In this video, we're uncovering 6 crucial signs of a heart attack that can appear up to a month before it happens. Recognizing these symptoms early is vital. It can mean the difference between life and death by allowing for timely medical care. Please take a moment to tap the thumbs up to help us spread this life-saving information. It really helps us reach more people with essential heart health tips. And if you're new here, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest videos. Number 6. Unusual fatigue. This isn't just being tired after a long day. We're talking about a kind of fatigue that feels overwhelming, even after rest. The kind that disrupts your daily life and doesn't go away with sleep. It may suggest that your heart is struggling to pump blood effectively. Often overlooked or blamed on stress, age, or lifestyle, this kind of exhaustion might actually be your body's cry for help. Studies show that women, in particular, report severe fatigue up to a month before experiencing a heart attack. Don't ignore this. Early detection and lifestyle changes, like a balanced diet, regular movement, and stress management, can make all the difference. Number 5. Shortness of breath. Feeling winded after climbing stairs or even while sitting still. Persistent shortness of breath can be an early warning sign of a heart problem. When the heart isn't pumping properly, fluid can build up in the lungs, making it hard to breathe. This symptom can begin weeks before a cardiac event and is often mistaken for something minor, like being out of shape or seasonal allergies. But it's not always so innocent. If you're frequently short of breath, especially without exertion, talk to your doctor. Your heart may be working harder than it should. Number 4. Chest discomfort. Chest discomfort is one of the most critical warning signs of a heart attack, and it should never be ignored. It might feel like pain, pressure, tightness, or an ache in the chest. This can range from a mild sensation to a deep, crushing pain. The cause? Restricted blood flow due to narrowed or blocked arteries. This starves your heart of oxygen and triggers discomfort. This is known as angina, chest pain caused by reduced blood supply to the heart. Nearly 50% of people who suffer a heart attack report experiencing chest discomfort beforehand. Sometimes it's dismissed as indigestion or stress, but even mild chest pain can signal something serious. Why are heart attacks on the rise, even in younger people? Despite advances in medicine and more awareness, heart attacks are increasing among those under 40. Why? Modern lifestyles may be to blame. Fast food, sedentary habits, chronic stress, and excessive screen time are all silent contributors. And we may still be uncovering how genetics, environmental toxins, or even certain medications affect cardiovascular health. That's why awareness and prevention matter more than ever. Number 3. Frequent indigestion. Recurring indigestion, especially when it doesn't respond to usual remedies, can be more than a digestive issue. It may show up as upper abdominal pain, a burning sensation, or unusual fullness. When the heart's blood flow is reduced, other organs, including your digestive system, can be affected. If you experience indigestion that's frequent, persistent, or unexplained, it's worth checking in with your doctor. It could be your heart signaling distress in a subtle way. Number 2. Sleep disturbances. Do you find it hard to fall asleep, wake up frequently, or feel restless at night? Sleep issues are more than just frustrating. They may be connected to your heart health. Research shows that insomnia is linked to a 27% higher risk of heart attack. Poor sleep quality interrupts your body's natural repair process, placing added stress on your heart. Conditions like sleep apnea, where breathing repeatedly stops and starts, can double your heart attack risk due to frequent drops in oxygen levels. If your sleep is consistently disrupted, don't brush it off. A healthy heart begins with restorative sleep. Number 1. Excessive sweating. This isn't about sweating from heat or exercise. We're talking about sudden, unexplained cold sweats, often clammy and accompanied by dizziness or nausea. During a heart attack, your nervous system goes into overdrive. In response to reduced oxygen, it activates your sweat glands in an attempt to regulate body temperature. It's your body's red alert, and it's one of the most overlooked early signs. A study published in Circulation found that more than 40% of heart attack patients reported unusual sweating before the event. Don't ignore this signal, especially if it occurs alongside other symptoms we've discussed. Let's recap the 6 early warning signs of a heart attack: unusual fatigue, shortness of breath, chest discomfort, frequent indigestion, sleep disturbances, excessive sweating. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which of these signs surprised you the most? Have you experienced any of them yourself? Let us know in the comments. Your story could help someone else recognize these signs and potentially save a life. If this video gave you new insights, hit like and share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for instant updates. Stay alert, stay informed. And here's to your heart and your overall well-being.